This is Michael David Cobb Bowen for Cobb Vision. Today I'm just going to do kind of an ad hoc reflection on a couple things I've been thinking about. And the first is that we kind of live a compartmentalized life. I'm thinking about a couple of networks that I recently joined. I'm now on Facebook, MySpace, Plaxo, LinkedIn, and there's even more than those. I'm on Yelp, I'm on Last.fm, and these are all services that help you connect to different people. And in each one of those I have not quite Dunbar's number, about 150 of relationships, and most of them don't overlap. And I also write my blog, which is Cobb. I'm here as 607 in YouTube. I'm also an Xbox gamer, so I'm 607 in Xbox Live. And then I'm going to have several of the open IDs, so I'm creating open IDs for myself. And as it turns out, I am right now president of my own company, subcontracting to another company, working for another company with three different people who are doing kind of the same thing as I am. And it just occurs to me, especially with this Eliot Spitzer thing, that the modern individual on the edge of social change, if I could say that I'm that, is very compartmentalized. There are, living in the suburbs, this is kind of a bedroom community where I live, there aren't a great number of businesses other than service businesses for the things that we need. And also where I'm working in Orange County, California, it's very much like that. And I was surprised to find so many restaurants in this small little area. And that's how we kind of brush up against each other in modern life. Things are not so well connected in this part of civilization. And I think when you look at what has happened with Governor Spitzer, it is just that kind of thing where you expect that all of your compartments are not going to be breached, and that you can have some secrets in there and some secret relationships, and those actually all come out in some way. My wife has a book, and I love the title. It's Men Are Like Waffles, Women Are Like Spaghetti. And that means that men, are like waffles. They like everything in a little box, and each thing goes in its own place, and you deal with one thing at a time, and then when that's finished, you go to the next thing. And even if it's not finished, you can still go to the next thing. Whereas women are like spaghetti. Everything is all tangled up with everything else. And one, you never know where one thread ends. And things are put together that cannot be untangled, but they are tangled and they're all linked together somehow. And that is the difference between men and women. So I would think, for example, my willingness and ability to list all these little boxes that I see my life in these different places is a man thing, whereas a woman would just look at that and see it all as a piece of something. But anyway, I think our modern life compartmentalizes us and does that to us, and perhaps we need to be a little bit more, I would say, organically networked, but it's very difficult to do. And I like interlocking networks more than I like hierarchies in terms of relationships. And I like the idea that I can be who I want to be in one place or not the other. But here's the interesting thing, and I think it's critical, and then I'm going to quit. It's very difficult to get anybody to appreciate you for who you are. Not because in your special way. That is to say, if you list all the movies you like and all the books you've read and all the places you've been and all the food that you like and all these things that all the Facebook and Plaxo and all these things ask you for, and even your telephone numbers, because they change over time, how many people are actually going to have a very close match? And of those people that actually do have a very close match, how many of them care about you? It's very difficult for people to appreciate everything that you are. And so we compartmentalize because we don't want to be hurt. And because we want to maximize the exposure of those parts of us that we want to expose to those people who appreciate those things. So I'm going to say one thing on my technical blog because I have technical readers that want to hear that. I'm going to say another thing on my social and political blog because those readers want to hear that. I'm going to put one thing in my Facebook profile. I'm going to put another thing in my MySpace profile. I'm going to put business stuff in my LinkedIn and my Plaxo profiles. And all of these things are pointing in all of these different directions, which are all actually me, but only so much can be appreciated by only so many people. And so we're all going to maximize in all of these things, and it's going to make us all a little distracted. And Elliot Spitzer was probably maximizing something with this woman that he felt he couldn't maximize with his wife. And that's how we all are. And we're all stuck by that. Because in some ways we may try to be perverse. We may try to be all technical when I'm blogging on my technical blog. Or I may be all political. And we'll all be kind of geeked out in that regard. And also kind of two-faced and three-faced and ten-faced and very waffle-like, and it all gets confused like spaghetti. This is Michael David Cobb Bowen for Cobb Vision on YouTube. I'm 607, but see ya. Peace.